people just doing life together and life more abundantly. I am so excited and happy that the legendary Henry Skipper Franklin has decided to come and talk to us today about his multiple albums, his life, the people that he has played with around the world, and all that he is. To all the viewers that know Henry and have been following him and call him Skipper, he's here today. One of these days we're going to have the lines open where we can have questions and answers, so you can speak with him directly and he can answer all the questions that you've always wanted to ask him. But aside from that, remember, you can follow him and meet him where he will be playing around the world wherever you are today. Henry, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us.
That's quite a welcome you gave me.
Your album that you produced or released in January of this year,
Okay,
was it
yes.
January of this year?
Mhm.
3 More Sounds.
Mhm.
You have a cut on there called Jelly Roll. Too much jelly roll.
Yes.
What does that mean? I was so fascinated by that. Too much jelly roll.
Well, it's an old time blues. I think it was probably written by Jelly Roll Martin.
Oh, okay.
Just have to leave it at that.
The other stuff we don't need to know.
Yeah.
We'll need to know on a need-to-know basis. Okay, that sounds good to me. Now another album, Two Views, that
Yes.
was done December last year.
Yes.
And I'm always fascinated how you musicians come up with these names. So when that one, what fascinated me was Brother Rudolph. Is that a tribute to Rudolph Johnson?
Yes.
Okay.
Brother Rudolph was a good friend of ours. He was a wonderful, superb saxophonist. And he passed about 10 years ago. So this is kind of our tribute to him, our humble tribute to him.
Okay. Well, you know, the people in our lives that are important, it's good that we acknowledge them and admire them through their work and our work. You know, there's a transition, a transformation of what they left us and what we do now. So I'm glad to hear that. I too like to remember people that have been important in my life, not through music, but through words. You know, I always try to remember them through words, and importantly, before they pass on from this life to the next, while they're here. You know, give them acknowledgement while they're here. So now this is on June night on that cut. Please explain Thump.
The song Thump. Well, that was written by our pianist Theo Saunders, and that's just something that he heard as he was writing the song. And he went from there. But that's the way he wrote it. That's the way he.
And another one was Boomf.
Boomf, yes.
Same.
That was on a different album, yeah.
Yes.
But that was the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Boomf, Thump. And you know, when I saw the titles, I was just imagining sounds.
Oh, okay.
And I said sounds, musicians always hearing different sounds from different places, however they gather your information. Now, as you know, I'm a great bass player myself.
Yes, you are. One of the best.
But unfortunately, it's all in my mind.
Well, you can be a legend in your own mind.
I am a legend in my own mind. And I remind myself of that, you know, often. Now, you have produced a book, you have written a book entitled Basically Yours for Bass Players.
Yes.
Do you think I need it?
Well, I gave one.
Oh, I should have had it.
Let's put it this way. I gave one to the great Ray Brown, and he accepted it. So maybe if he can take one, you can probably.
I probably need two, one for each hand. That's very funny. I had the opportunity when you put a little private set together to meet some of your your closest friends, maybe, and they've worked with you on some of your latest albums, your CDs. And Kirk Lightsey
Yes.
was here, and I think he had flown in from Europe, France
Yeah.
from somewhere. Is he still living there? Is he stationed here? Is
No,
he back?
he's gone back and he's back on the road again. He travels quite a bit throughout Europe all the time.
And Carl Burnett was here that time.
Carl was here, yeah.
And Big Black was here.
Big Black was here, yes he was.
And Azar was here.
Azar.
Azar was here. And Carl Burnett and you have been friends since high school?
Since high school, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, we've known
I'm not going to ask you how long that's been, but I know it's a long time.
Well, I'm proud of it. You can ask me.
Well, how long has that been?
That was 1958.
Wow.
Yeah.
To be friends that period of time is good.
Yeah, we played with several bands together. We played with the Three Sounds for about 3 years together. We played with Freddie Hubbard for a couple of years together. And a lot of local bands.
And he's on some of your newer.
He's on some of the new stuff.
New stuff too. Just a great time for me to see you all together. And will I ever forget when Mr. Lightsey came into the room? Everyone was just elated to see him. It was like family getting together and being together again, just like most people are. And so I know musicians have a very tight bond together.
Yeah, some of them tighter than others. Kirk is one of those guys that is, I mean, he's special.
Yes.
Everybody loves Kirk.
And I guess, sometimes when, especially since he's not here, you don't see him as often. He's traveling, so you're really excited, to see him more.
You don't
more
have
so.
You don't have an opportunity to get mad at him.
No, you don't. There's no opportunity. It's just lots of love flowing around. And that just warmed my heart to see all of you together and playing. And so how does that really work that, you don't practice, you've been together for so long, and you're playing what you're doing, and then Mr. Lightsey is playing the piano, and then Mr. Burnett is on the drums, and someone else is on the sax or something else. How does it just mesh together? You just know instinctively how to play?
First of all, we do practice. We all practice individually. I'm sure every day. We don't rehearse.
Yes.
Like when we're having to come to a party to play or something.
Yes.
We won't rehearse, but we've been playing a lot of these songs for 50 years, 60 years.
So you know when
these
to.
are jazz standards, and everybody knows how they're supposed to go.
You see, if I had that book, I would know that, wouldn't I?
You sure would.
I'm gonna have to get a couple of copies of that book.
Good.
Now, music has gone from bebop to hip hop, and I know, in a sense, and I know that you're a traditionalist.
Yes.
You still like the bebop.
Love it.
And what does that mean to people who don't know the term? Those of you who understand jazz and have been around jazz and are really into jazz, jazz is your favorite music, you understand what he's talking about. But for those of you who do not know the term, maybe you're younger and maybe you're a musician yourself, and well, I'm sure you know the term. You've heard of the term, I hope. So we're going to have Henry explain that term to us.
Well, I'll try my best. Bebop was, excuse me, originated with, they say, with Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. They were and Thelonious Monk.
Yes.
They were the founders of the new music in those days, which was bebop.